Welcome to the very first ever episode of Where Are They Now, brought to you by thefanstop.com, the only name in the College T-Shirt of the Month Club. And I have an awesome guest with me today. His name is Terry Evans. Terry was a three-time high school state champion basketball player at Millwood High School and a four-year starter at the University of Oklahoma, where you also were a three-time academic All-Big 8 selection. And you also finished up your career at OU as a leader in three-pointers with 259 and the leader in assists at 658. Terry, welcome to Where Are They Now? How you doing, sir?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are you doing, Caleb?
Oh, doing excellent. Trying to keep my hands clean, not get the coronavirus today, as we all are. But yeah, we just want to have a conversation and kind of see, what it was for you after college. Like we all kind of know some awesome stuff that you did at the University of Oklahoma, but what it is that you did after that. But before we jump into the after, we got to know, what's your favorite story from your time at the Oklahoma Sooners?
Well, my favorite story is probably the same as everyone else's. When Coach Tubbs got the microphone during the OU at Missouri, the Missouri at OU game, and told the fans that regardless of how bad the officiating is, to not throw things onto the court. I mean, that was classic. But I remember our first day going out for preseason conditioning. We went to the track to run, and we had what was called a warm-up mile. And none of us understood what a warm-up mile was, but it was a mile in 6 minutes, and that was just to get loose. So that was probably the craziest story. And that was the beginning of our running program, where he basically got us in shape and got us ready to press and run and score 100 points a game.
Wow. That's incredible. That's I don't know that I could run a mile in 6 minutes, even in my dreams. So I steer clear of that.
Yeah.
That's incredible. So is that your, Billy Tubbs being your coach in college, is that your favorite Billy Tubbs story?
Well, I got a bunch of them, but we're gonna keep it PG-13. It's tough to tell a lot of stories about Coach Tubbs without it being PG-13. So those are two clean stories that I can tell.
We might have to have a conversation later, because I bet there's some funny stuff in that. So another question that we have for you is, what was the first 5 years like for you after you left the University of Oklahoma?
Well, I was probably like anybody else, just kind of searching, trying to decide what I really wanted to do in life. I knew I always wanted to stay involved with basketball, so if I wasn't good enough to make it either overseas as a professional or in the NBA, I know I still wanted to do something related to basketball. So my dad had been coaching for 30 years, and I knew that was probably that was my plan B, was getting into coaching. So I got a teaching job and started coaching. I actually started out with Coach Tubbs at TCU back in 1994, just the year after I played. So I went and played a little while in Mexico, came back and started coaching at TCU with Coach Tubbs. Soon after that, I took a high school job and got into high school coaching.
What high school was that?
Edmond Santa Fe. I was an assistant coach with Coach Guy Hardacre. He's now the current women's coach at the University of Central Oklahoma. But I started out with him for a year. The following year, I got my first head coaching job at Chickasha High School. The year after that, I spent the next 4 years at Midwest City, and that's really what probably defined my coaching career, got me off to a great start. We ended up winning 3 out of 4 state championships in Midwest City. It was their first state championship title ever. We won 3 of them. So we won 100 games and only lost 11 in 4 years. And that's what really got me established as a legitimate coach. Other than that, I was searching, just like everybody else, trying to figure out, what you're good at. Everyone always told me I was good at something. So if I wasn't good enough to play in the NBA, I figured coaching was my next calling. And that's what I've been doing ever since, getting ready to start my 27th year.
Wow, 27 years in coaching. That's phenomenal. So how's your family? Like how old were you when you started having your family, kids? Like what can you tell us about your family?
Well, I got married at a young age. I was, I think, 26. My wife had two daughters at the time, so I have two older stepdaughters now. Our son is now grown. He's 22 years old. His name is Trey Evans, and so he has two older sisters. I have two stepdaughters. I have three grandkids, and so pretty big family.
How old? What ages are your grandkids?
They put me on the spot. They are 10, 6, and 4. I'm sorry, 13. I'm sorry, 13. I'm sorry, 13, 8, and 5. Yeah,
13, 8, and 5. So it's a 13-year-old. Yeah. Like, are you? Is Grandpa coaching them up, doing some basketball drills?
Yeah, he's actually a pretty good basketball player. He's super fast. He's probably one of the fastest kids in his school. So he'll be good in track. Coach Tubbs would have loved him, actually. As fast as he can run.
You get one of those runners for him, huh?
Oh yeah.
That's incredible. That's awesome. Well, man, it sounds like you have a wonderful family. So you're still coaching now, correct?
Yes, I'm currently at Southwestern Oklahoma State University, getting ready to start my 3rd season there.
Excellent. I had seen in your bio that you had that you spent a little bit of time as the director of basketball operations for the University of Oklahoma.
Yes, I did. My last year at Midwest City was 2001, and also coached AAU. We kind of started the Nike-funded Athletes First team. We were the first team to be Nike-funded, and now they've evolved into, I think Blake Griffin runs that program now, and now a bunch of former OU players. Trey Young has a team. Buddy Hield has a great team. Blake Griffin has a great team. So those teams kind of help the high school teams in terms of getting their best players and showcasing them in the AAU format. Well, back then, at that time, I had the Athletes First team, and I had 5 Nike All-Americans, including names like Sheldon Williams, who was the number 5 pick in the NBA draft, and Kevin Bookout, D'Angelo Alexander. I had guys like that. Clint Azubuike played at Kentucky. And so Coach Sampson offered me an assistant job at OU, and I stayed there for a year, and he recruited all of those guys. And, pretty much after the recruiting period was over and after that season was over, we had a great season, got to the Final Four. But after that season, I decided to go to UCO and take a head coaching job at the Division II level in college. And I spent 13 years at UCO. Then I got back into high school to coach my kid at Edmond North, and now I'm at SWAZU.
Awesome.
But everything's happening pretty fast.
That's fantastic. Sounds like you've had an awesome life and, a great time after the University of Oklahoma. So that's phenomenal. Terry, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Not really. I'm a pretty simple guy. I just coach basketball and
let me throw this last question at you. Then I think this is a question that's for the times. When they open the restaurants back up, what's the first one you're getting to?
I've been driving through a couple now. We drive Chick-fil-A and Brahms, of course. Those are all-time favorites. But I don't know. I support the Hal Smith Group a lot. So Charleston's and Louis, and, places like that. We go there often.
Well, that's incredible. That is awesome.
Mexican food.
Oh my gosh! Let's get some queso. Please bring it back. I'm ready for it. But well, Mr. Evans, we just want to thank you for taking the time out of your day to do this interview with us. Is there a place where anybody can follow you? Maybe social media, anything like that?
I'm on Twitter. I believe I'm still on Facebook. So. I don't know. I'm not a real big social media guy, but I have a lot of followers on Twitter.
Okay,
perfect. On Twitter more than anything.
Well, we'll send everybody over to your Twitter account, so it'll be good. Do you know your Twitter handle, what it is?
Pretty easy to find. I think it's Terry Evans, and instead of an E, there's a 3.
At Terry Evans with a 3 instead of an E.
E for Evans, 3 for Evans, right?
3 for Evans. Excellent.
I think that's what it is. I set it up a long time
Well,
ago.
what I'll do is we'll link that your account in here on the on some of the notes inside the video, so it'll be easy to find for people. Terry, once again, we thank you and appreciate you, sir. You have a great day. Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Caleb.
Thank you.